When he was re-elected for a second term in 2018, President Uhuru Kenyatta had a clear vision to further his Big Four agenda of food security, affordable housing, manufacturing, and affordable healthcare. This vision would, however, be threatened by the political tension in the country occasioned by the 2017 disputed elections. And as he led the country in celebrating his last Madaraka Day while serving as president, we take a look at how the head of state in his second term in office sustained his vision to leave behind a united country. 10 years after the 2007 post-election violence, in 2017, the country was once again treated to an election dispute, pitting the main contenders, President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga, against each other. A dispute that ended in the nullification of the presidential election by the Supreme Court and a fresh election ordered. But Raila Odinga would still withdraw from the rerun held by the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. Hence, the outcome went in favor of Uhuru Kenyatta, who was declared the winner in October 2017 after he garnered 98% of the vote.
Hereby declare Mr. Uhuru Kenyatta and Mr. William Samoei Ruto as President-elect and Deputy President-elect, respectively.
Uhuru Kenyatta's second term as president, however, had a rocky start due to the preceding period of unrest and political tension in the country. This is what birthed the famous handshake between the head of state and Raila Odinga, a political truce on 9th of March 2018 at the steps of Harambee House that sought to resuscitate a country that was on the verge of collapse.
Tafadhali tumpigie rais makofi moja mbili tatu.
During the 2018 Madaraka Day celebrations, the head of state used the platform to shun destructive political competition, which he said was divisive and only served to delay the dreams of the founding fathers.
These problems are even older than the Republic. They are certainly not our fault. But if disunity itself is not of our doing, it is certainly our problem to solve.
The president would sustain his message of building a united and cohesive society in 2019 when he led the national Madaraka Day celebrations in Narok County. In 2020, for the first time, the celebrations were held at State House, Nairobi, as part of efforts to curb the spread of COVID-19. At the time, the clamor to change the 2010 constitution had gathered pace, premised on the Building Bridges initiative. President Uhuru Kenyatta would, in his 57th Madaraka Day speech, reference Tom Mboya's book Freedom and After to amplify calls to re-engineer the country's constitutional reforms.
50 years ago, Mboya warned Kenyans against constitutional rigidity. As I have already mentioned, he told us that a constitution is not an end in itself. It is a means to a greater end.
The entire process of changing the constitution was, however, nullified on May 13, 2021 by a 5-judge bench of the High Court, who termed it an illegality. The president would later visit Kisumu County for the 58th Madaraka Day celebrations. In his speech, the head of state would make an apparent reference to the High Court ruling on the BBI bill, accusing the judiciary of failing to shoulder what he called the burden of choices in some of its far-reaching decisions.
From the nullification of a presidential election in 2017 to an attempt to stop the will of the people as expressed through the BBI, the judiciary has indeed tested our constitutional limits. While I stand by the rule of law, and I will always obey the decisions of the courts, I am also compelled by my position to heed the sovereign and supreme voice of the people of Kenya. And that is why our national conversation today must focus on the consequences of choice.
And as he led the national celebrations of the 59th Madaraka Day at Uhuru Gardens in Nairobi, The head of state defended his legacy, describing how his administration had built on the strong foundation of the founding fathers. The president noting that he has achieved more in his second term, courtesy of the political stability occasioned by the March 9th, 2018 handshake.
During our first term, we built slightly over 3,000 kilometers of tarmac road. But the second term, we have completed close to 8,000 kilometers and over 6,600 kilometers of tarmac road are currently ongoing. And all of this, I strongly believe, has happened because of the political stability that we achieved because of the handshake.
The president finalizing his speech by challenging successive administrations to foster a nation of unity and for Kenyans to choose peace in the upcoming general election.